Hey leaders, how's it going? I just want to make a short video here to show you a little bit about how our Wednesday night material is going to work for this fall. And so even if you're not a small group leader, I encourage you to check this out and maybe even do the material with us. You might have opportunities for conversations with students. As they're going through this, you can be going through it and we can all kind of be on the same page with stuff. So if you're interested in that, you can comment below and let me know and I'll get you a book. But anyways, let's talk a little bit about the material that we're going to be doing. A lot of you know that this summer I was praying about how we can make our discipleship night a little bit stronger. So I wanted something that would encourage them to be studying what we were talking about during the week. I wanted to help prepare small group leaders to be able to be working through some of the material beforehand instead of just hearing the message Wednesday night and then being thrown into a small group to try to have conversation about it. And then finally, I wanted something where parents could interact more and be on more of the same page with us about what we're teaching to give them the opportunity to talk with their kids more about it. So anyways, as I looked into different stuff and talked to different people about what they were doing, I came across the Gospel Project here. And that's what we're going to be going through this semester, which I'm really excited about for a lot of different reasons. I think that it meets all three of those things that I talked about, and it does it in a really cool way. So let's take a look at this, and I'm going to kind of walk through what you will do as a small group leader to help prepare you each and every week for Wednesday nights. This is the cover of the book here. As you can see, it's called The Story of God's Kingdom, and that's going to be what we're studying this semester. It's broken into 3 different sections, which we'll talk about in a second. This book is also available on smartphones with an app, which is another really cool thing that I like about it. So students can get it on an app and read it on the bus on their way to school, or makes it really convenient for them and for you as well. So feel free to use that option. Now let's look at what we're going to be studying this year. You can see that the theme of the story of God's kingdom is broken into 3 different units. And each unit has sessions within it. There's 13 total sessions, and each session represents 1 week of study that we'll be doing for Wednesday night. So as you can see, session 1 is called The King of All. That's what we're going to be looking at this week, and next week I'm going to be teaching about that. Each unit also has a memory verse attached to it. We're going to be doing those memory verses as a group together, and it's my hope that by the end, it's only 3 memory verses or passages, but I'm hoping that our group really attaches onto that and memorizes those verses. So let's take a look here at the first week and what we're going to be doing. On the left-hand side, you can see the memory verse for the first unit here. So we're going to be working on that over the next 4 weeks as a group. On the right-hand side, you see an introduction to session 1, or the first week of material. Now, session 1 is going to be broken into 3 different lessons that they go through on their own during the week. So when you flip the page, you see this, God is to be praised, with the number 1 there. This is the first Bible study that the students are going to do on their own during the week. You can see it's 2 different pages. There's different introductions and readings. There's also a Bible verse with 2 questions sort of on the bottom to help them start to think about these topics. So during the week, you as small group leader and the students will go through these 3 different lessons that have different discussion questions, verses, all those things to help get you thinking about the theme, and that'll bring us to Wednesday night. And Wednesday night, I'm going to be teaching something from these 3 different lessons that I think is going to apply or be good for our group to think about a little bit deeper. And then you're going to get the small group time, which is where this page here comes into play. This page here, it says God's story, your story. And this is designed to help you a little bit with discussion that Wednesday night in your small group. So take a look at these questions, fill out your answers to them, encourage your group to do the same thing. And then when you get into small group Wednesday night, you can start talking about this. Now, you don't need to limit it to these questions here or these thoughts. You can also talk about anything else that jumped out to them or they had questions about from the lessons that they did on their own during the week. So that's basically what a week will look like through the material there. So I hope that was helpful to help you understand kind of how that works and goes together. Thanks so much for being part of this and trying to understand better how it works. If you have more questions about it, definitely give me a call. There's a lot of different working pieces and elements to this. So the better that we understand it, I think the easier it'll be to really encourage the students to do it. And we know that for some of the students, this is going to be hard, and they might not do it week to week, or it'll lose momentum at some point in the semester. But don't let that discourage you. Keep encouraging it. Keep trying to have those conversations in small group. Keep preparing. All of that matters. And we'll just continue to pray and commit it to God and see what He does with it. So thanks again. I hope this was helpful, and we'll see you next week.